Pay attention. Creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Hip. Poopy square.
The Playable Characters Podcast. Hey, everybody. This is episode 7 million of the Playable Characters Podcast. How are ya?
PCP.
CP.
Hey, I'm Brian McGinnis. Across from me, the fuck was that?
Oh, behind you?
What?
Behind you is a whiteboard.
I heard something behind me. Kind of freaked me out. Right across from me, looking right into my eyes.
Right into those baby blues is Ala Patel.
Hey.
And now I'm going to look to my right.
And that's
into
Calvin Cato right here.
Black shark eyes.
Black shark
From Calvin Cato.
He is kind of a shark.
He is a shark. He's a black shark.
Yeah.
I like that. Sexy.
Calvin, what would you pitch on Shark Tank if you were on Shark Tank?
Well, I would pitch a book.
Oh, my God. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. Not even going to finish.
Well, that's why
We have books, Calvin.
That's why I make
They
it in
exist.
comedy. I'm great
They
with ideas.
exist. Oh, my God. Hey, guys, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Playable Podcast.
Yeah, if you're not already, get on there.
Keep sending those emails, playablepodcast@gmail.com.
And if you like what you hear, please contribute to our Patreon, patreon.com/playablepodcast.
There you go. And also, it's coming up soon. We're going to be doing a live podcast at the Long Island Retro Expo, August 11th at 1 p.m.
Yes.
Live
Garden
There'll
City.
Be, anything could happen.
Get your tickets. I've never told anybody how to get tickets yet, but if you're that stupid to not just Google
Go to
it.
Google,
Yeah, just
right?
freaking Google
Hey,
it.
let's not call them stupid.
They're
Hey,
stupid.
in case you guys don't know, because
If
you
you
know,
don't know how to
think-
figure out how to get tickets for something based on its name, stop listening to this podcast right now.
actually, please do not stop listening to this podcast.
Keep listening, but
I don't
mute it.
need any dumb person's support. Okay? I'm going to come out and say
I think it's liretro.com.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Do I have to put the www in front?
Anyway,
Well, it might be
speaking
HTTP.
of World Wide Web,
Speaking of technology.
yeah,
Yes.
this next guest, super excited. Oh my God. So, would you say Star Wars is like the biggest franchise in history?
It's actually Pokemon. I read about this online.
that
today.
true?
Pokemon has made more money than any other
That's
That makes
insane.
sense.
by $16 billion. It's beating Star
Already?
Wars.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
Pokemon
It's
has-
brand new compared to Star Wars. Sorry, I'm getting mad at this already.
Okay, but Pokemon also has like what 25 games, and how many?
It's at least 25 Star Wars.
Let's get a different guest. I mean, now that we know the Pokemon.
Let's get a.
No, but our guest is very.
It's going to be amazing. So
From
we-
Star Wars.
from Battlefront games that are super hot right now.
Yes.
We have the first time a droid on the podcast. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I actually don't use a www because I'm from a galaxy that's a little more spread out. Oh, it's like a GWW address. if you
What's
wanna go
G?
to-
Oh,
GWW.
GWW
Global?
address? Okay.
Yeah, it's just my name. JAC-0B is my droid name. .GWW if you want to
GWW.
find my resume and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's right. Oh, okay. So Jack. What? Jack. slash-
Jack OB? How would
Just
we
the
say?
would you
letters,
say
just
Jacob?
Well,
Oh,
if
okay.
there was a human equivalent, it might be Jacob. But
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
As a
You really
droid,
don't
I don't
sound like a
use it.
droid. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
I guess
very,
they made
uh,
improvements in droid
Yeah, because
technology.
usually I feel like there's more beeps and clicks and stuff.
Some droids do beep a lot. Others sound like British people, but I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm like, I sound a little human, but not too human. Where
Yeah. I would say almost more human than the human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some British robots?
like C-3PO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
Wow. Do you know
Close
about
friend.
Star Wars?
Sorry, I'm trying to think outside Star Wars, but yeah, you're right. He's very British sounding.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you know C-3PO?
yeah. I hang out with him a lot.
Oh, that's cool.
A little less now. He's a little annoying, but
Yeah.
he's
Why less?
all
Because
the-
he's famous or something?
Yeah, he's like a little out of touch as
Oh.
one of the most famous robots. So it's like
That's
hard
true.
to relate to him. He's kind of a diva,
Say it's C-3PO. Are the rumors true about C-3PO being, I guess?
It's Pride Weekend. Just say it.
No, it's not Pride Weekend.
It was.
It was? Okay.
But it wasn't,
It
was
was
it,
during this recording.
About rumors about him being homosexual. I only say this because my ex was like very adamant about how gay C-3PO is, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was
didn't
like,
know
"He's
that.
very fussy."
Well, I think there's two questions in one. One, can droids have a sexual orientation? And two, is he closeted or like a gay?
'Cause
Yes, I probably shouldn't come out for him, but yes, he's extremely gay.
Oh.
And,
Extremely. Okay.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Well, look at
Is
that.
there a robot point scale?
yeah, like you can actually change the settings with the full amount.
Is that a prank to like turn someone's gay meter up or down? Just like go behind and like turn. Hey, you're a 10 now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you go behind him and turn him.
Super fussy. I guess I'm gay at nighttime when I'm cranky. I get all fussy.
And you get very
You
fussy.
just need a Snickers, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it is.
So,
I have more questions
Yeah.
about this gay meter on the droids.
Sure.
Is it better to be like more gay in certain droid jobs or something like?
Maybe, yeah.
That's
I mean,
offensive.
No, I mean maybe it's
I hadn't thought about it that way, but
if you're like an interior decorator droid or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
there are straight interior decorators.
there's not, Calvin.
Yes, there
No,
are.
there's not.
The Property Brothers are straight.
Maybe. The twins? Are those twins, guys? Right?
I think, so, yeah.
Oh, let
the
Jacob
Winklevoss twins?
answer
Right.
this question here.
Okay.
oh yeah, they are actually robots as well.
The
That's
Winkle,
little
the
known
Proper
fact.
Brothers.
They are.
That's why they look so much alike. They were
Well, that
designed
makes
that
perfect
way.
sense, actually. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
I don't know if they had come out as robots, so I'm blowing up everyone's cover today. But,
this is great. That's what this podcast was for. We
As long as-
we uncover a lot of dirt, not dirt, just like just facts
Like
Yeah.
in the video game world or in the real world, apparently that we do
Yeah.
now. So, what do you do? Where are you stationed? Are you on Tatooine, or what do you? What's a day in like for
Sure.
JACOB?
Well, he's on Earth right now. So.
Why not?
Yeah,
I said,
I'm here at the moment. But yeah, I've had a few jobs. For a while, I was installing the brakes on the TIE fighters, which were kind of malfunctioning. They ended up crashing a lot, and
Right, yeah.
I got fired from that. So
are they air brakes?
there was an air brake element, which is part of the problem because it was in space, so
There's
there
no
wasn't
air.
any air, and that might have been why they were crashing all the time.
I never thought of that. Wait, how did
I'm
this?
no longer
yeah.
employed by the Empire.
So you say you got fired? I feel like if
Yes.
you were not good at your job as a droid, they'd maybe just like scrap you or something.
Yeah, you'd think they would just like demolish you.
Right.
They've really come a long way in terms of the droid civil rights. And
Droid
right
rights,
now,
yeah.
Oh, that's
they
good.
allow us to stay sentient and just works elsewhere, which is nice.
Yeah, so,
So-
the
so-
whole space air the brake thing, it really just blew my mind.
Was there like a droid civil rights movement?
Yes, and now we have a lot of, we're treated a lot more humanely, even though we are robots. So it's a lot better for droids
Wow.
at the moment.
What, did you have like any like kind of like Martin Luther King droid figures?
Yeah, that was
similar?
Droid Luther King.
Droid. His name was Droid Luther King. Wow.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
He was. He was very.
Was it Droid Luther
charismatic.
King Jr. as well?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yeah, he was
it's amazing.
yeah, he was the main leader actually. Now that I think about it, but I'm not amazing with my droid history, but he was.
There's a lot. To
He gave a lot of really good speeches, and they hologrammed them and all over.
Do you remember
Is
any
there like a,
famous lines from his speeches?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many. It's hard to choose. They were all so inspiring.
Yeah.
Droids don't really dream, but he had this one. He's like, I have a, established reprogramming, envisioning. That was like the technical term for
Right.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it was basically he was just saying to treat people nice.
Okay. Wow.
But and not judge them. So.
Do you have like a
There's some-
droid national anthem? Because there's like the black national anthem, lift every voice and sing.
Oh yeah. Every droid knows the droid national anthem. It's just like, we are all droids and we stick together.
That's nice.
And we help humans unless they don't treat us better.
that rhymes.
That's beautiful.
That rhymes.
That's, you know what? It's to the point. That's really good.
Yeah, we like to keep it short and sweet.
There's no
And,
fluff. There's no like ramparts and bullshit like that. It's right to the point. It's nice and it's
Yeah.
open. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of controversy because some humans use that to in a negative way, and so a lot of times droids will like kneel during it. Some of
You'll
them
kneel
can't kneel like
during your own anthem.
yes. Yeah, there's some controversy. Like some of the lyrics that were cut out were more like pro-human and like anti-droid and like
Oh.
it's a whole. Again, I'm not really bad with droid history, but basically, yeah.
Is there a lot of anti-droid people out there now? A lot of anti-droid?
Yeah, there's a lot of anti-droid people.
When are we
unfortunately,
gonna
still.
learn to just get along with droids?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna
sad.
take over eventually, aren't you?
Whoa.
Well, I mean, some droids are very, want to do that for sure.
Yeah.
And I hope humans and droids can get along. So that's my ideal.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind working if the droids if they could run things better, more efficiently as they probably code their robot minds? Why not?
Now,
I'm all for it.
Can I ask you a question? This is maybe an ignorant question on my part. I just don't know that many droids.
Here it comes.
What is the difference between a droid and an android? I think a lot of our listeners are not sure either.
One's a phone.
So
That's a joke answer. I'm looking for real information here.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, I guess droids in my galaxy they're mostly called droids, and the equivalent here, androids, I guess, tend to have to be more human-like, and then the droids have a kind of a wider range, I guess.
Yeah, you guys are allowed to look like
Like
robots, let's say.
Oh, droids are like
Yeah.
R2-D2, like just like garbage
Yeah,
cans with wheels and stuff.
Whoa,
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's what he kind of looks
He's
like.
right here. Rude.
No, R2-D2.
Yeah, but still, you can't talk about his fellow.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty close with R2.
How's he doing?
He's not gonna be doing great once he hears about
I'm
that.
sorry.
But,
So
Do you ever get offended by cyborgs then? Like, do you think they're
cyborgs,
appropriating?
They're kind of like the Blade of our universe because they're like half human, half robot. They can kind of go in both worlds, like the droid walkers or
Yeah.
day walkers. And I don't have a problem. I think it's great. There are some people that are offended by it and don't think that droids and humans should combine.
I think they should. I mean,
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
I like the mixing of
I
let's
think
say
it's great.
not the races, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually dating a human right now.
Oh.
wow.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
cool. How's that going?
how does that work physically?
Well, I'm part sex robot, as you may have seen in the news. The sex robots are very popular now. So
Yeah.
I'm designed to.
I mean, they're just starting to get popular
Satisfy her.
on Earth, but yeah.
Well, here in
Well, in
America.
our galaxy, it was
In
you know,
Japan, they're huge.
Yeah.
For
was-
years.
It's pretty far away and long ago, but we kind of mastered the sex thing there already.
So did you? So this is like a client that you like fell in love with, or how did that work?
Yeah, it started as I was working for her, and then it kind of organically blossomed, which might be inappropriate because we were
Inorganically,
coworkers.
right? Yeah.
But yes, organically on her part. For me, robotically, it developed into more of a romance. But I think I guess it was weird because there was a power dynamic because she was like, the boss of me since she was human and had bought me from the Jawas. But yeah, basically now we're just equals, and it's great.
Wow. Can you still buy and sell droids? I thought maybe like the droid civil rights would have taken care of.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago, and so
Okay.
now that's you can't do that anymore. That's,
How old are you? Do you guys have an age or like?
Yes, I am 1,002 years old.
Wow.
Wow. Is that considered young, or is that what is that considered?
Like middle aged.
That's middle
I'd
aged.
say.
Okay.
How do you
There's
keep all the rust off? Because you look great.
Yeah.
You
Thank
look like
you.
you're not
Yeah.
a day over 500.
He's not necessarily
I've-
made of metal, Calvin.
I've had a lot of work done and
See.
had a lot of things
A lot
replaced.
of repairs.
Arms,
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
other metal on me. I had to.
So,
So, are you?
you mentioned hold on. You mentioned R2. You mentioned the Jawas. Do you speak like a ton of languages like C-3PO does?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
You
absolutely.
just program like you just learn it like that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just download them and then you just.
Is it free or is it like 99 cents per language?
It's free if you have like a Droid membership card. You just plug it in
Oh,
at
that's
the
That's not bad. That's convenient.
station.
Yeah,
and
that's-
just learn
that's
whatever
awesome.
languages you need.
So, which side do you fall under? Do you fall more under the Resistance, or are you?
That's an
trying
outdated distinction, Calvin.
It's still a thing, isn't it?
It's still a thing.
I haven't seen the last
I'm
four
sorry,
movies,
Jake. I'm
but-
sorry. I don't want to interrupt, but I feel like
Yes, I do. The Resistance, I think, has been a lot nicer to robots. So I have worked for the Empire and the First Order in the past, but
Oh,
at the
no.
moment, yeah, and it was, they weren't very friendly. There was a lot of like droid harassment there, and
they have good benefits. I've heard though.
that's true. You
The
can
Empire?
make a lot of money.
Okay.
They have a lot of money, and that was something I missed. But I'd rather do something I love and get paid less at working for the Resistance.
Yeah, you gotta,
So now
I'm
you're
an
like a sex
idealist.
droid making a little bit less money.
Yes.
I figured they
you
make
could
a
say
lot
that.
of money as a sex robot.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help that I'm in a relationship and don't get paid from her. But
That's right. It'd be
and that-
weird.
the sex is mostly volunteer.
It'd be
for
weird
me
if she
at this
kept-
point.
Are you like a stay-at-home droid now?
Most of the time, yes. I am kind of a stay-at-home droid.
What are some of the other jobs you've done in the past? Like you said, they did.
I was actually a lounge singer at Mos Eisley for a while.
Oh,
That's
So
awesome.
it was kind of like a glorified jukebox because I could recreate.
could we
names.
hear a little bit of the?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of just depends on what people would request. Like, did you guys have any requests. of
How
the-
about some
the Star
Mambo
Wars.
number 5?
All right. do 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 do.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's kind
pretty
of
good.
where my beeping skills come more into play than
Yeah.
you think of with
Yeah.
a typical droid. But
What was like the most requested song, or I guess that you would get?
the most requested song was this one that goes like do 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 do.
Yeah,
do, do,
that
do.
one.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I think
don't
it
know
was a
what that's
prank
called.
because I kept requesting it like all day. I was like, I can play any song you never made. They're like, no, we really got to
It's
hear
classic,
that again.
that one.
It never gets old.
Gets them going, yeah. So you know that big blue guy who played like the organ thing?
Oh yeah,
What's his
Ralph. Yeah.
Is this Ralph?
Well, that's what I call him.
Oh, okay.
He probably wouldn't
He
understand the
doesn't go by
pronunciation.
his real
It's like
name.
what's it? It's like Size Snoodles. Is that him?
What?
I remember
he goes
that
by
name.
many names, and yes. that
Yeah,
is
I
one of
remember that
his
name from
names.
Star. Size Snoodles was one of
Yeah.
the band
I do
members.
not
I think.
remember that.
Yeah, he had a great history in Mos Eisley, and then when he retired from there, he worked with the Muppets in Your Universe.
Well, yeah, no, I remember
With
him actually.
Animal.
Yeah. Can I ask you? Have you had any? Have you ever worked with Jedi or like against Jedi or something? You know, like
Yeah,
everyone's, you
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
everyone's Jedi crazy in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jedi, they don't always get along with me because they try to do mind tricks, and I'm like, hey, I don't have a brain. I'm a robot.
Right.
So, but yeah, they're fun. They can make stuff float, you know. They have lightsabers. It's pretty cool. I tried to use a lightsaber once, and it's very, very difficult.
Oh yeah. It's not just like you push a button it goes on.
It is, but then it's difficult not to hold back the homicidal rage.
Oh, right.
I can imagine. Like, that
I
thing-
felt, yeah.
Were you just borrowing somebody's lightsaber, or what was the situation?
I was, Luke was just,
The
in the
Luke?
other room. Yeah, Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yes.
and,
Okay, yeah, we just want to make sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to name drop.
That's
I was just hanging out with him. He said I could try it out. I ended up demolishing his X-wing by accident.
Oh.
So I kind of stay away from those things now.
But then you maybe fixed it for him, no?
Yes, luckily my droid mechanic skills kicked
That's
in
good.
there.
So it's funny. I mean, such a wide range of jobs: singer, sex.
I've had a long life.
Repairman.
A lot of humans only have maybe 5 jobs over their lifespan. But I've already lived way longer.
So how often
than
do
they
you
have.
like
Calvin's
change
never had a
jobs?
job. He's still working on that first one. What was your question?
Oh, I was going to say, how many jobs do you like switch jobs every 100 years or 50 years? Or
Yeah,
whenever
just
he gets
whenever
fired.
I get fired or bored, I just so it's been a lot of jobs, but I feel like I've learned something from all of them, and I've been more well-rounded now. Not literally because I am block-shaped, but I have learned a lot and processed.
So
After that,
where's your favorite place to work? It sounds like you travel all over the galaxy.
Yeah, that's a good question. There's so many great places. Coruscant, of course, is great because there's always stuff going on in the city there.
Yeah, it seems a little crowded there.
Yeah.
Like so much,
Yeah, absolutely.
So many characters, though, right?
A little,
So many-
a little claustrophobic. Absolutely, a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Very busy, but yeah, if I'm trying to relax more, I like to go to maybe like Dagobah. It's a little more desolate, and you can just have more time to think.
Is there a place where just the droids hang out and there's not really any humans around?
Yes, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but Indoor actually has a big underground droid facility.
Yeah, the moon or just actually the planet?
The moon.
Oh, the moon.
Yes, I call it Indoor for short, but yes, it's the forest moon of
Right,
Oh,
no,
no,
of course. Yeah.
With the Ewoks?
Yeah, the droids and Ewoks actually are pretty close, so we
I know stuff.
vacation there together. The Ewoks mostly stay there year round, but
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
like a resort, and then the Ewoks are kind of like
they're like the locals. And
Oh, so it's
the
like
droids.
Cancun.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like some people go to Cancun, we go to Indoor.
And you guys like
So,
nature? I figure droids might not really like nature.
Yeah,
that
you would
much.
think droids would want like more of like a metallic,
Yeah, like filing cabinets. Or something.
technological based place, but we actually
It's
go
like a basement.
to
Yeah.
the most natural habitat.
Or like a
for some
server
reason.
room. Maybe like a server room would be really cool for you. Or something.
Right. Oh man, you get me in a server room, I'm entertained forever. I just want to talk to every beeping machine in there. But,
Just tons of terabytes
but
all over the place.
for vacation, yeah, I like Indoor.
Have you met any of the Darths? Like Vader?
Yeah,
Maul?
I was actually Vader's personal assistant for a while.
Whoa.
And,
Whoa.
We gotta get into that.
That has to be scary.
yeah, it was really scary. Like if you didn't get his order right, he would try to choke you. And again, I
Like, what kind of
don't
stuff was
need
he eating?
oxygen to breathe, so it was fine. But
Okay.
What kind of stuff does he
Yeah,
eat?
what
Yeah,
was-
because he did not have a mouth.
Yes, it was very difficult
I mean,
because he wanted to keep the mask
smoothies,
on.
I
had to
guess?
give him like a straw, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of smoothies. We'd get that milk stuff from the planet that Luke went to before he died.
Oh, that yeah.
And
Tatooine? I was going to keep saying that.
it
Was that a memory that got pushed out in your latest upgrade?
Oh, those
Yeah,
milks.
you know,
yeah. You milk
I've
those
had to
weird
download
things.
a lot of information, and
Yeah, I
some of
get
it I had to delete. So
It's like when you
some
Google
of-
Drive is full. You're like, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Or not, this file. You know?
maybe I
Luke's
should have
planet,
kept some of
whatever.
the planets,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was Darth was very difficult to work with. Like I get that he murders planets and stuff, but I would think he'd at least be nice to his.
No,
you
I-
know.
Would he be in a good mood sometimes though?
Every once in a while, yes. If you catch him on a good day, then
Like after a whole-scale Holocaust?
yeah. Once he destroys 2 or 3 planets, he's like he'd be whistling and
Really?
just kind of
Oh,
a
okay.
little more cheery. You couldn't tell because you can't see his facial expressions through the mask, but.
But from the lights
Yeah,
on his
a little
chest or
more.
something, how would you tell?
Yeah, there's just a little more pep in his step.
It's like a
he'd-
light bright.
He'd use the force to kind of glide around a little more. And
Oh,
not
he's
be
like
so,
gliding around
like
with
somber. Yeah.
I would always glide around if I had the Force.
I know.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know why he doesn't fly all the time. I always told him he wasn't reaching his full potential. But
So you're like a coach also.
absolutely,
Yeah.
I like to think of myself as part life coach, part personal assistant in terms of my relationship with Darth.
Did he
It's
take
very
your advice
complicated.
ever, or was he just like, shut up, I'm Darth Vader?
He did a little bit, like around when these people were flying this ship, Rogue One. I think I inspired him to like kill a bunch of people. Really cool. But other times before that, he would just be lumbering around and not really use his full abilities.
I heard it was your idea that he should have the cape. Like he didn't have the cape before.
Yeah, I told him, it's all about first impressions. Like you want to have that silhouette come in that's going to intimidate people, and if you don't have a cape, like they're not going to take you seriously.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just
You
look
sound
like
like you have asthma
sort of-
or whatever.
yeah.
And
It's a long cape too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a wedding gown.
absolutely.
Yeah.
He always wanted to get married in it, and
Is he
just
married?
never-
He
No,
never-
he never got
I think his
married.
wife.
No.
Yeah, maybe
His wife died in childbirth.
Yeah, his.
Oh, that's right.
Wife
Which is
or
Luke and
potential
Leia.
wife.
Yes.
And
Oh,
she-
so he
yes.
never remarried because he was alive for a long
He
time.
was
Spoiler.
very heartbroken. It took him a long time to get over that
Yeah.
breakup.
Yeah.
And it was, a lot of people just aren't into that, believe it or not, like into the.
And there's not a lot of
evil
women in the on the
warlord.
ships, right?
That's true. They made a lot of progress with it. I have to give credit to the Empire. They are now, have hiring a lot more women and everything. But at the time, it was almost exclusively men.
Men and droids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big old sausage fest up there.
Right.
Yeah. What was that look?
Just seeing if you were ready to go to the Death Star, Calvin. You're looking up
Yeah, that might be a great place for you.
Expedia.
You know what I mean?
First flight to the Death Star.
Well, I'm not into murderers.
No, I mean that comes
What
on.
if they were hot? You'd make an exception.
I mean, well, if it was self-defense,
You
then
scumbag.
okay.
If
But,
it was
like, I don't-
self-defense.
Sure.
Jacob, how do you feel about the portrayal of robots in mass media, like in something like
Westworld.
It's okay if you call
Westworld
me
or something? Yeah,
Jacob, by the way.
sorry,
did
it's
not use my
JSC.
Jacob.
Sorry, Jack
Dash
Zero
OB.
B.
Yeah.
Westworld is very not realistic to me.
Oh,
Droids normally don't look that human-like, other than the Winklevoss twins.
Right.
It's very rare in real life. So
Yeah.
no, but I do like that they give the droids like a lot of willpower in that, and they don't. In the past we've gotten a bad rap, and there's been a lot of negative propaganda, like in the Terminator movies and everything.
I was gonna
So
bring that
yeah,
up.
I do like that they're giving a more balanced viewpoint. I actually went to Westworld while I was here, and
Oh, you've been to actually to Westworld.
yes,
Okay.
and a lot of times you can't tell who's a robot. They could tell by me because I'm made out of metal.
Yeah.
So that
I mean it's pretty clear. Yeah.
that was I got shot immediately and I had to get out of there. But,
Yeah.
but normally
That's what happens.
there's a lot of suspense over not knowing who's human and who's a robot there, which
It takes
Yeah.
weeks sometimes to find out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we haven't had too much droid civil rights in this planet yet. So
I
it's
noticed that
we're
they're
kind of
being
backwards.
so mean to the self-driving cars right now.
Yeah,
It's like,
I-
come on, give them a chance. They're great guys.
Well, one of those cars accidentally killed a woman, so
Wait,
a
did
human
it?
woman. Yeah,
That's
you didn't
true.
read
A
that?
self-driving car?
Yeah,
Killed
accidentally
somebody?
ran over and killed a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
but-
strangled her, or what? Got into an accident?
Yes, yeah.
It gave her
Poisoned
herpes.
her.
It
His
was
droid
You got into an accident?
powers kicked
Yeah,
in and
hit a
strangled
woman.
her.
So yeah, so now they're not.
Oh, it hit somebody, like the person in the car, or someone like.
There's a driver in the car, but it was a self-driving car. But
Right.
self-driving car hit a woman. This was in Arizona. and
Yeah.
Was she
died.
texting
Which is very tragic.
when she walked across the street? I mean, that sucks, but
No, I think people-driven cars have killed a lot more people.
way
Yes,
more.
I mean, I didn't want to point that out. As a droid,
Billions
I'm a
more.
little biased, but I have noticed humans have killed a lot more humans.
yeah, we're pretty good at killing
The robots
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about clones? Because there's a whole war about them.
Yes, that was a very dark time in my life. The whole Clone War.
Wait, did you fight in the droid war? Were you one of the droids in the
Yes,
droid
I
war?
was a battle droid for a while.
Wow. That's cool.
And it was. I felt terrible that these clones and droids.
Well, first of
were
all, I want to say
fighting each
thank you
other,
for your
but we had so
service.
much in common.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
seriously.
appreciate that. A lot of people don't thank me for that because they felt like I was in the wrong. So I was killing humans, but I appreciate that. As
I don't consider clones to be humans personally. I don't know. It's kind of a controversial stance, I
that's
guess. But,
very fair.
So
Yeah, I mean, if the original is still there, whatever.
Well, but they still have their own thoughts and feelings, I feel.
But it's
Do
not their
they?
own. They're replicated.
They were all based on the same Jango Fett guy, so hang out with them was kind of boring because they had like the exact same personality.
Yeah.
it's like, where do you want to eat?
And-
And everybody says the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
Thai
you're kind of
food.
outvoted at that point, and that's why I fought it and had to kill as many of those clones as I could. They
That
just
makes
were too
sense.
annoying.
That makes sense.
Well, I'm glad you survived the
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Thank you. Yes, I had some injuries, but I was able to repair it and never felt better.
That's good.
Nice. And it sounds like you know a lot of the major players in the saga, Have you ever met with
Yeah.
Luke and Leia?
Oh,
Wait,
absolutely.
Luke,
Luke.
obviously, he's
Luke.
met with Luke, yeah.
Yeah,
Pay attention,
Luke and I
Calvin.
hang out.
No, I know, but I'm asking
yeah.
more information. Like, what was he like?
Oh, sure.
Is it easy to get along with him since his hand is fake?
Yeah, we
I mean,
do
it's
have
not
that
fake,
in
it's a
common.
droid hand.
He's a bit of a cyborg.
Jesus,
so, yeah, me and his hand, are made out of the same metal.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
we talk a lot of shop about, being part robot.
You
me
and
being
you and the
full
hand,
robot.
or you and Luke?
Well, I'm the material that I'm made out of is the same as the robotics that went into his
Right.
hand. So I can't really relate to the human part
So
of
you just
him
talk
as much.
I'm making like the
Yeah, he does like a hand puppet.
the hand puppet.
I mean,
This is a very visual podcast.
that is the most part I can
I'm
talk.
assuming the droid hand would talk in sign language, and then you could talk
Yeah,
back.
sometimes I'll talk, like he'll fall asleep, but his hand will have a full
Yeah.
conversation
Oh, that's
with me.
kind of cool.
It's got like its
Do you
own
ever-
droid personality.
Do you ever do like, hey, pick Luke's nose or something like that? Like,
if it's around Halloween time, we'll pull some pranks.
nice.
Oh, why
only
Halloween?
Halloween.
Because a goosey night kind of thing,
What's that?
like a mischief night kind of thing.
Yes,
What's Goosey
exactly.
Night?
Yeah, it's mischief night. We call it goosey night.
Goosey night? I've
Goosey
never
night.
heard that
Who
term.
calls that? You and your mom?
It's goosey night. No.
We actually don't have peace in my universe, but yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Is
And
that
yet you have
talking about?
Halloween.
Yes, we oddly do have Halloween and a form of Christmas that we had a special on TV about.
Wait, what's his Christmas?
It's
Like a droid
I had to delete the holiday special from my memory banks, but basically
Oh,
it's like a situation where Chewbacca and his family get reunited
Oh,
every
that
year.
Christmas special. Yeah.
It's like one of the worst things ever made. So I'm just
So,
yeah.
there's another droid. In there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
This is my phone. But hey, what about Chewbacca? Can you tell us about him? Oh,
You speak
Wookiee. It's one of
Kashyyykian?
yes,
Kashyyykian? I don't know how to
yes.
pronounce it. Yeah, it's
Kashyyyk,
Kashyyykan.
yes,
Right, yeah.
Kashyyykan.
I thought it was called Wookiee.
It's one of the 7 million
Wookiee
languages.
language.
I
No,
speak.
I mean, the planet is Kashyyyk, so you speak
Kashyyyk.
Kashyyykan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
on.
You really know your Star Wars stuff.
Nerd.
guys have-
Seriously.
Have you ever read a fucking book?
Look at his Wookiee knees.
Not a
here.
Star Wars book.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of like stigma around having intergalactic knowledge in this planet. So
Yes.
these guys are laughing a lot, but I'm a bit of a scholar.
Oh, good. I
Of
appreciate that.
the galaxy.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not too much. A little bit of a scholar.
What's your next move? You think you'll
Yeah.
you'll settle down with this woman that you're with? This
Yeah, I could definitely see myself being with her for the rest of her life, and then once she dies of natural causes, I'll still be alive for millions of years, so I'll probably
Yeah.
have to move on.
You're 1,002. How old is she? Do you mind?
She's 36.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
so
it's
you're
a little
both
bit of an
getting
age
pretty old,
difference,
yeah.
but yeah, I think I'm gonna outlive her by a lot, and
Probably.
and I'm not looking forward to that day, but I'm just gonna enjoy the time we have together.
What if you could like
Is
shut
the
off
age
your?
gap? Oh.
Could you shut off your emotions? Like, is that a thing you guys do? So it won't
Yes.
affect you at all?
I do have that option, so
Oh, okay.
that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
When she dies, I probably will erase her from my memory, and then I won't be heartbroken.
Wow, it's kind of like Eternal Sunshine and Spotless
Maybe
Mind.
maybe
Yes.
don't erase her. Maybe just still have some pictures up. Maybe just I I don't know how we could cope with that. That'd be great as humans if we learn how to cope with that.
Kind of give yourself Alzheimer's where you think she's still alive, kind of thing.
I don't
could
know about that
actually
either.
design
Keep the
a
happy
robotic
face.
version of her that looks exactly like her because
Yeah.
I'm friends with some of the Westworld
Yeah,
people.
you could get a Westworld.
Oh.
So maybe I'll do that.
Problem solved.
There
But
we
will
go.
she be the same soul-wise? I
That's
know
a good
it's an eternal
question.
question, really. But
Yeah.
Oh, is there a soul? Do you know the answer to this question?
I think that I do have a soul, and that's just my personal opinion. But it is very controversial right now. There's a lot
Wow.
of ethical debates about whether droids have souls.
Are you like a religious droid? Are you?
Well, I practice about 4 million religions at the moment.
Jeez. Is there that many so far?
Yes, in my universe, there's
okay,
quite
yeah.
a few. I know there's only a lot less than that here.
There's only
but-
like 30 here.
Okay.
They're all terrible. But yeah.
Zoroastrianism is pretty cool.
What? What is that?
Zoroastrianism. Zoroaster. It's like a Mesopotamian.
It's like some goofy Christianity is like.
But
or
it's
something.
cool shit. You know, you gotta.
What's your favorite of these 4 million JACOB?
I think my favorite is it's 0B. There's like
0B. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
droids are actually.
Yeah.
There's a new mandate that we have to have.
You have to have at least one number in your name.
It's kind of like a password.
Yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
I assume capital J, right? Or is it capital A to mix it up?
Yes, they're all capital and one. That was the.
It's
the
the same
droid
rules as a
name app,
Wi-Fi
so-
password, kind of, right?
Exactly.
Do you need an exclamation point, or do we also say the dash? Because I know you said dash.
Yes, you.
So, I'm sorry.
There's a dash in there.
JAC-0B. Okay.
Yes, I'm very particular about my name, and I forgot the question because
What's your favorite
I was-
religion?
Yeah, of the 4 million.
My favorite religion is Yodaism, which
Oh.
was actually started by this guy Yoda.
I've heard of
Might
it.
have
Yeah.
heard of him.
That should,
Yeah.
like
And-
this high, like a short guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind
heard of him, we
a
have.
green guy.
Okay.
That's-
Don't make jokes.
That's
Calvin.
great. You know how to speak Yoda's language, which
Yiddish? They call it Yiddish?
Yodish.
Yodish.
Yeah.
And and the focus of the religion is mostly just to be in touch with the Force and
Again, I wish I had the
Everything.
Force.
Yeah, I try to spend a lot of time to try to get in touch with the Fourth, but it doesn't
Like
seem
when
to
you were
work.
like when you were a
Yeah,
kid,
it's
wouldn't you just
tough.
like look at like your pen, like you're like, come on,
Yeah.
just come here.
It's
I
really
don't
hard.
think anybody has midichlorians on Earth. Maybe.
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
kind of
the-
hard. It's kind of like you need. I think there's like kind of like a Wi-Fi similar situation where they only have it in my universe, the ports that make the Force work.
Someone's got
And,
to have
Yeah,
some.
it's
Like Tom
unfortunate.
Hanks or something has someone like really famous and
I could see
successful.
that.
He's got to have some type of midichlorians, right?
Yeah,
One day.
I just
someone out there.
just really quick. I just want to go back to the relationship angle.
Sure.
It's not an angle. This is his life. Jesus Christ, Calvin. So insensitive.
I don't
really give it
So
to
it's from
Calvin
the guy
today.
who cannot
okay.
even pronounce JAC-OB right.
Yeah,
0B.
0B.
Zero
Okay.
B.
Ah.
0B. I caught myself.
I don't consider myself to have a life as a droid.
Interesting.
Anyway, Dashob. So what I wanted to ask you is, in terms of relationships with the age gap, is that a problem in your universe? Because I
It
know
can be
in
a
this
problem.
universe,
She doesn't get a lot of my references because they're from hundreds of years ago.
She hasn't seen a movie that's like 500 years old, probably.
And she hasn't traveled as much. She hasn't been to Earth, or I had to time travel to get here because
Oh,
cool.
Oh, that's
wow.
right. Because it is a long time
it
ago.
is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Do you have
Very
time
far
travel
away.
technology?
I do, yeah. I don't like to bring it up a lot because everyone would probably try to ask me for a ride somewhere.
Yeah, then you can't trust people.
Yeah.
but
Because everyone's always, I mean, I'm running late all the time. I would definitely ask for a ride.
Yeah.
right. But I figured like for this podcast, it was important enough. that-
Oh, thank
wow.
you.
That's amazing
Time
that you would
travel.
use
We
it
believe so,
specifically for this
too.
podcast.
Yeah.
See,
To
look
be
at that,
honest, to get
Olive.
here.
Our podcast reaches across universes and
I was
time.
hearing a lot.
Is it popular in
about
your
it.
in your part of the galaxy?
It's not popular only because it doesn't exist yet, and it's
Well,
in a
because
galaxy.
I
far
understand
apart.
because the
But amongst
the
the-
radio waves haven't gotten to your galaxy.
Yes,
yet.
but amongst the time traveling community,
pretty big.
who went to the future and heard it, yes,
Oh,
it's
that's
very
awesome.
popular.
Oh, great.
Okay,
That's
well,
very
That's how
cool.
we've learned a lot of other cultures outside of our universe.
Wow.
and
Okay.
everything.
Well,
Nice.
that's
You hear
amazing.
that, listeners? We're popular in the future, so get on it now.
Heck yeah. I love that. So, hey, we got to go soon. You want to play a quick game with us? Before we hit-
Yes, I've been programmed to play any game.
That's any
Wow,
game.
any game.
I would not want to play him in Monopoly.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna play a game
Chess.
of Wed Bed Dead, everybody. Yay!
Wed Bed Dead.
So
Wed Bed Dead.
Jacob, here's how this works.
JC-0B.
JC-0B. We're gonna give you 3 video game characters. You guys have video games where you are?
Yes, we have our own version of
course.
video games.
That's
and
awesome.
flight simulators for X-wings.
A lot of flights. It's all.
It's
that.
mostly flight simulators. But yes.
So we're gonna tell you. You're
And
gonna
we
tell
have
us.
holographic chess type games.
Oh, that's cool. It's like kind of like VR, but like not
Right.
AR. It's like augmented reality. So we're gonna be-
that is a thing.
I know. 3 names. We're going to tell us who you want to wed, who you want to bed, and who you want dead. Sound good?
Choose my significant other, Ray 2, who's named after the other Ray.
I don't know if you can choose her.
Oh.
But
Ray-2?
Yeah. Is that her name?
Ray 2.
Yeah, I call her Ray 2. 'cause
Ray 2D2?
There's already another Ray
Oh, she's
in
a
my
human.
universe.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I got you.
What about Sugar Ray?
The band? Or the
Sugar
boxer?
Ray.
Both.
Calvin, why are you asking these crazy
That's
questions?
right. This first character, we had him, I think, a long time ago, too. Very ridiculous game for the Super Nintendo, Jay. It was a ridiculous, silly game. It was called Lester the Unlikely. So Lester
the unlikely.
I think
that-
you got to remove him from the list.
No
Yeah,
way.
we
Nobody knows
have
who he is.
to.
Nobody knows who he is.
No one ever fucks him.
hold on.
Lester the unlikely.
He was this little nerdy kid who was scared of every enemy in the game. He was impossible to control. Horrible
Sounds
game.
like Darth Maul, or Darth Vader as a child.
Yeah. So
very
that was.
I also like Darth Maul as a child.
So that's less than likely as the first one. The next one, we actually had him as a guest a few weeks ago, guys. Alucard.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
that was a great episode.
Alucard.
From Castlevania.
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony
is
of
the
the
That's
Night.
first
Dracula's
one.
son. Dracula's son.
Right. We
Dracula's
obviously know
son.
what he looks like because he was here recently.
Yes.
His
Very
name-
sexy. You
His
know.
name spelled backwards is what, Aleph?
I believe it's Dracula. Hold on. Yes, it is Dracula.
Aleph didn't know that until
Wow.
recently.
I did not know that, yeah.
So Alucard.
So
Well, because they
Dracula
changed the
named
capital.
his
The A
son-
is
Are you
capital
serious,
and the
though?
D is not
Wait.
capital, so it's hard to tell.
Alucard.
Wow.
Dracula. It's like this.
Yeah. It's
I know
pretty-
guys named Alucard. I didn't know they were Dracula.
You did not know it.
I know 2 Alucards.
Like for reals?
For real?
Yeah, one in my elementary school.
There. No. Are you serious?
No, you idiots.
Wait, so Dracula just named his son his name backwards?
Yeah.
It's
You know,
better than-
that it's funny because Darth Vader was thinking about doing that. He was going to name his son Redav, but he felt like Luke just sounded better.
Yeah.
It was one of his first choices. I think those two think alike.
Is this a good pick
alike.
of Alucard too?
No.
This weirdo with
No,
the hat?
that is not.
right?
That's not
a
what
very
Alucard
weird
All right,
looks
look.
so he's kind of like he looks
Yeah.
like he's a vampire. We all know what Alucard looks like.
He's a
This is-
vampire. He's got
this
a
is good
long
one.
flowing
Here's a-
black coat.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
what
better.
There we go.
Blonde hair,
Yeah.
long flowing.
And
Got
this-
magic powers. He can turn into a bat.
Yeah, why
And
not?
a wolf and mist.
And Mist.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And this next one, guys, Sephiroth
Oh.
from what is it? Final Fantasy
Bless you.
VII,
Yes.
right?
I got that joke.
Do you know who that is? What was the joke?
I'm very fluent in humor.
Yes.
Yeah. So is this a good Sephiroth
Yes,
picture?
that
So there
is.
we go.
So another
Okay.
guy.
Explain Sephiroth.
Another guy with a long black coat and
Okay.
and long hair.
Yeah.
He is the final boss of Final Fantasy.
7?
Yes, Final Fantasy
Got it.
7. He has
Super
a
long
very,
katana.
very big sword.
Yes. It's
Huge.
almost ridiculous how big it is.
I think it's like
Okay.
twice as tall as he is.
That's not. It's like he's pole vaulting or something
Yeah.
with this thing.
He wants to basically cleanse the Earth of humans
All right.
for his mother Genova, who's a space alien.
Right.
Okay,
You know,
that's fair. I think I'd be safe in that scenario as a droid. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
he's
you
I'm on
fine,
board with
don't
that.
worry.
Yeah. All right. So who you want to?
Lester, Alucard, and Sephiroth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
You can go first.
I haven't been fully programmed to pronounce these names yet, but I think that Lester I would wed because he seems like a kind soul,
Oh.
Yeah, he's a nice kid.
I mean, that's your opinion. Sorry.
and I heard that he got killed a lot in the past, so I feel bad for him as much as I've been programmed to be able to feel or recreate human emotions. And then Alucard, I guess I would bed, and he seems pretty sane compared to the other guy who I think should be killed only because he's trying to wipe out all humans, and I have a lot of human friends.
These are
so
very
that's
rational
not really
choices.
cool with me.
Compassionate and rational.
Well, he's a robot. He knows how to
My
look at things rationally.
compassion settings are on very high right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
they seem very high.
Yeah. It makes sense. Interesting.
Appreciate those answers.
I'll help you go.
Okay. These are all very tough choices here.
See?
Is it?
A little bit.
I think so. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to marry Alucard
Of course you are.
because he is going to get that castle once Dracula dies. Once he kills Dracula,
Dracula doesn't die.
He'll figure it out.
He comes back.
He'll figure it out. He knows what he's doing.
He's got back at least 9
Well,
times.
clearly he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, I'll help him out. We'll come up with a plan.
So he's trying to kill his dad.
Yeah, and then
I
he's
know
gonna,
a guy a lot like that.
It's kind of a common thing, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty common.
There's a lot of
More common
dad-son
than you think.
issues going on all over the universe, apparently. So I'm going to help him kill Dracula. He inherits the castle. Now I
Right.
got half a castle.
Darth Vader actually also has a castle.
Well, what if Alucard signs a prenup?
Come on. We're going to be in love. We're not going to sign any prenups.
Mm-hmm. I heard that before.
Yeah, this guy doesn't understand romance over here. We understand it's just fraudage or fraudage. So to marry Alucard, I'm going to... this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll bed Sephiroth. And I'll give him like a great night, and then he'll be like, you know what? I'll cleanse the earth, but not this guy. I'm keeping him around.
You think
Wow.
highly of yourself.
That dick saved the world.
Yeah,
Huh?
well, it just saves me, not
Saves
everybody
you,
else in the
yeah.
world. But and then I'm gonna kill Lester because, sorry, Lester, I can't do nothing
That's
for
right.
you.
I
You want to
very
go?
much agree with you.
Oh,
Liz.
Well, okay.
Line it up.
Lester has to die. I'm sorry.
Why wouldn't you give this kid a chance, Calvin?
Okay, he's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, he's so scrawny. And
But he's
like,
unlikely. Maybe he's got a huge
he's
wang.
unlike a bull.
Maybe he's got a huge wang for you.
Well, I guess I won't find out because the stroking is going to be bad, and I don't want to.
Did you say scrawny, Calvin?
Yes. There
know.
can only
Have
be
you-
one scrawny person in
Okay,
a
all
relationship.
right.
There can be only one.
Can't have two scrawnies?
Highlander.
All right.
Scrawny. Yeah, I don't do other scrawnies.
Poor Lester.
And I'm more taut. I'm lean.
That's why you like me so much.
Exactly.
All right.
Brian, now you get it.
A big fat bear.
You're not fat. You're developed. You're huggable.
Yes.
Anyway, Lester's got to go. I'm definitely going to marry Alucard. The castle, the riches. He's got mad clothes that look nice.
Yeah, you can dress up like a gothy vampire.
Exactly.
It's great.
You know how fun that's going to be. He has wine everywhere. I like drinking wine. I like
I think
drink-
that's blood.
Yeah, it's probably blood. I think
It's
JAC
a
Dash Zero B is right
Cabernet
about that.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he could turn me and then we could just be together forever, just chilling and like doing vampire shit.
I mean, I didn't even mention that part, but that part's a big plus.
I'm down with living forever. That'd be great.
All right.
I could beat up a bunch of video games.
Yeah, with
And-
the Twilight people.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're friends with
You
them.
said you want to live forever to beat a bunch of video games?
I have a lot of games to finish.
Dude, that's not a bad.
Christ.
That's not a bad.
I mean, Brian gets it.
I have a huge backlog. I might be down with immortality just to fucking beat these games.
And yeah, I mean, I totally would bet Sephiroth. I mean, not for that reason. I just think that like,
That's a good reason.
well, I mean, not to save myself. That's just selfish. I want to save the whole world too. But I also feel like Sephiroth. This is a lot
Talk
of like.
about overestimating your skills in the bedroom. You're going to save the whole world?
I know I can.
Wow, conference.
Calvin the unlikely.
Calvin the very much likely.
All right.
Calvin the accomplished. But yeah, no, also with Sephiroth too, I just think more importantly, like, you know, we'd have sex and we'd have great pillow talk and like, you know, we could just like talk about the live stream and like Mako and stuff. Like
The live stream.
no, the live stream.
Oh,
You're going to be live streaming the sex that you have
are
with
you on?
Sephiroth?
Are you on Twitch while you're having sex with Sephiroth?
We could have sex and I'll make a save file and then someone else can use it.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kill Lester. I'm sorry.
See?
I wanted to give him a chance, but he is.
The only one with compassion is the droid here.
Yeah, he's
Ironically.
quite. What did you do with Lester again?
Married.
I married him.
You married him, yeah. So see what happens. He's young. Maybe he'll grow and become more confident. But I think,
And also Lester will die, so you'll be fine if he's
That's
annoying.
true. I can remarry many
Yeah,
times.
yeah, it'll be
'cause I
fine.
Live a long time.
however, I'm going to bed Alucard, because some vampires are kind of feminine, right? In a way, they're kind of
Yeah, he's
Well, there's always,
androgynous.
like a little bit of a
androgynous.
bisexual element to it.
He's
yeah.
androgynous.
Yeah, kind of like that. So he's got the long blonde hair. So maybe
He's probably going to be
It's
the
white,
top, though.
It's white hair. It's
You
not
can
blonde.
shapeshift into a bat. Maybe he could.
Yeah.
shapeshift into
Shapeshift
something
into
fun.
a
You
wolf.
turn to mist and get inside your
Maybe so.
penis
Part
if
of
you want to
it.
do that.
I do not want missed penis. I don't want to do that.
Sure. I'm not until you try it.
Yeah, and then I'll have to wed Sephiroth. I don't like.
And then hope he doesn't kill everyone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really like
Red
marrying
wedding
a
style.
villain.
What if you nag him and you're like,
That's exactly what I was just
You
gonna
can nag
say.
him out of
what
doing
if,
it.
What if he's like, today we killed? Well, like actually, we have to go to my parents today. Can we? And like every day, like I'll try to hold it off as long as I can for you guys.
it's like Arabian Nights.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you're like Scheherazade.
I'm
Of
not
like
sure.
Scheherazade of
But so that's what I'm going to do. I think those are good choices. I think I win.
That's gonna be very exhausting though. That you have to make up excuses.
Eventually, I'm just going to be like, fine, just do it. All right.
And then he'll be like, you know what? I don't want to do it
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, you bugged me enough.
It's a good
like
plan.
a year later.
It's a good plan.
Like the thrill wears off on him. So
You'd only last a year in this marriage.
a year of holding off the end of the world, I think it's pretty good. You know,
you can
he's an evil villain. I'm not going to like
You can hold out for longer.
see how many video games I can play in a year, I guess. Anyway, JAC-0B, thank you so much for coming.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
Is there anything you want to like? Do you have any books coming out or any things you want
Like an ebook or a new website coming out.
Yes, my website jac-0b.gww, as I mentioned. You can find all of it. Might not work when you type it in if you're on Earth because it only works in my galaxy. So this might be the wrong time to promote that.
We'll try it. You know,
Well, maybe in
Probably
100
won't
years it'll
exist
work.
in your
Yeah.
universe, but
Okay.
but yes, always watch all the Star Wars movies. They're great documentaries about some of the similar. They cut me out all my scenes out of all of them, but
that's it. Do you still get your residuals though?
yeah, I do get residuals
That's
since I appeared in those. I was just like out of frame. I was, if there's any famous scenes you can think of, I was usually there. I was just like right out to the left of the camera.
Were you there when they get the medals in the first one?
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Part of that crowd?
I was the guy that was like bringing the medals, kind of like a ring bearer.
Oh, okay.
And they just
Jabba's Hutt, you said?
documentaries have to be quick paced, so they had to cut it
Yeah.
out.
Right, they do
Yeah.
documentaries.
Yeah, Jabba's Hutt. I was actually hang out with the Rancor, kind of like so he wouldn't be lonely down there.
That was a beast.
Oh, that's so nice of
Literally.
you.
I know. Even Rancor is like they need to be treated well. It's like part
I
of
don't know.
Do you know like when they do bull riding and they tie the
Animal
rope
rights.
around the testicles of the bull? Do they do that with a rancor? Do they like
Yeah, and that's
get
actually
it
why
right.
he
I
was
did not know
very
this.
angry.
That guy with
in
the
that
hood and the
movie.
big old boobies,
Like-
the Rancor keeper.
That's
I had
crazy.
that action figure as a kid.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a good guy. He really cared about that Rancor.
He got upset when he died, I remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
this has been so much. This has been amazing. The first time on the
JOC-0B.
podcast.
Thank you for traveling back in time.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Definitely
I
worth
gotta go
it.
travel back
Or
but,
travel forward in
it's been
time
good.
and then
And,
go back to the future. And then
Good luck to you and
Good idea.
your human paramour. I don't know if you
Thank
guys
you.
are what label you guys use.
Yes, I betrothed.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Thank you.
awesome.
You've heard it here first.
Thank you guys for listening. Have a good rest of your week. Talk to you
Bye.
next week. Yeah. Follow him on Twitter at Mr. Jacob Williams, Mr. Jacob Williams. Check out him on Wild and Out the next season. Check out his Colbert set on YouTube, Jacob Williams. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks, Jacob.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.